Good morning, guys. It's about 5:30 in the morning on Saturday, and the P7000's fired up before we're going to the gym. And we can see that right now you have nothing on the page, but what's coming in here and why I wanted to do this video is because it's extremely unique that a lot of the simplest patterns make the most money. Let me explain. What we are printing here is a checkerboard pattern that was discontinued. And again, a lot of times clients will say, well, do you have basic colors, color formats from, the typical red, black, yellow, so on and so forth. The thing that a lot of them forget is that when you own this equipment, every color palette is possible. Size and shape of the geometry of the pattern can be changed at will. True custom effects are no issue whatsoever. Different fills, metallic fills, neons, you name it, gradient effects. And that is the way to make profit. Once again, and I've said this before, if you're printing custom graphics, truly custom graphics, and you understand using the software that you can do this with, this is where the money comes in. And you can see here we've got 1/4 inch black square checkerboard pattern. We've got 3 strips of this. It's going to be about 20 3/4 inches long each one and 5 inches wide. And we're still looking easily at $60 to $80 for 3 of these. So when you think about that, and you think, once again, where is the possibilities? Once again, a lot of manufacturers that do patterns like this, for whatever genre you're in, they typically only use standardized colors. I don't know why that is. I've been asked that question a lot. If you can do other colors, why wouldn't they do them? I can't answer that. But I can tell you one thing. If we had a client ask, can we do purple checkerboard? Can we do diamond pattern checkerboard in different geometry? Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, this is what makes custom graphics so wonderful. If you were to try to paint this pattern, there's no way you would ever get this as clean as what you see here. And again, this is being produced on our Inkjet Glossy vinyl. Again, it does have professional acrylic-based adhesive, and once this is laminated with the 3M8518 for the glossy effect, again, it's our basic sheet laminate clear coat, you're going to see a huge difference in what's capable on what's generally on the market in terms of the application for this. Again, we're replacing a film that's on the market. It's called Monocoat, and they actually made trim sheets for it. And the problem with Monocoat is that if they're not selling certain kinds, and this happens in a lot of industry, different types of patterns, they discontinue it. Or they raise the price dramatically because they realize that, hey, we're not producing this anymore. So then the vendors start looking at it and saying, well, these are rare, so we'll just jack up the price. And basically, if a potential customer is not willing to pay for it, they're screwed out of the fact that they can't actually get that pattern. Now, again, this happens in many industries. We see it happen constantly in the graphics industry because, again, they have to print before selling. And they do that so they have inventory. When we do custom graphics, we can actually print on demand. So therefore, you don't have to worry about, oh, well, hey, I need to carry tons and tons of inventory. This is a very good point because something I've not discussed prior. You can print on demand and basically do, as long as you actually have a picture of what you've produced, you don't have to carry inventory. Think about that to your business model. There's not many business models that you don't have to carry physical inventory unless you're doing drop shipping, in which case you're essentially putting your business in someone else's hands and hoping that your client is happy once they receive their product, component, whatever it may be. I work with both venues, and I can tell you right now that when I do implement drop shipping myself, I only will do that when I've worked with a vendor for at least 2 to 3 years to make sure that they can substantiate a professional business model. Many times, we see this as a business model that gets discussed a lot, and what you end up finding is the actual vendor is horrible at packaging. They're horrible at uploading all your tracking information for your clients. And my personal opinion is a client that by the time the client pays you, you're already obligated to fulfill that end of customer service. And that means letting them know, hey, your order's safe, we're doing this. We forward pictures with every order. And I can tell you right now, for small business, that's rarely done. Think about how many times you've gotten a picture of your order prior to shipping from Walmart, from Amazon. It doesn't happen. You know why it doesn't happen? Because they're too big. That's why it doesn't happen. Their validity is based on quantity. So they're just looking at turning up velocity in sales, and then they ship it to you. That's where small business, that little touch of class, so to speak, when it comes to personalization of your orders, that's where it comes in. And that's where small business can really supersede these larger companies, because they don't have the time, nor do they want to invest the effort to do that when it comes to smaller orders. And that's where you separate yourselves. And once again, when orders like this that are being discontinued and you don't have to carry inventory, it all ties back to that. So you really should think about that. If you're looking at getting started in any business, look at your inventory. Think about how much inventory you have to carry. Think about if you're going to do the drop shipping model. Think about if you're going to do, we see passive listings. And to me, passive listings is where you list something on eBay from Amazon and do price arbitrage. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, and most of it's crap. I'm just being honest with you. You'd have to do, 40, 50 sales to do any real profit. This is old school type manufacturing. It's never going to change. The difference is now that many of you can own production robots, or do own production robots, that are capable of producing what you see here. Again, very simple pattern. Let's say that client wants to go from 1/4 inch checkers to 1 inch, 2 inch, no problem. He wants to go from yellow on one color of the boxes, and then on the white boxes he wants to transform that to red, no problem. Think about what I'm telling you, because what I'm telling you to the people out there, the very few percentage that get past 30 seconds of the video, they're the ones that will make money with this. They're the ones that will get this idea. If you own a robot that can produce these kind of effects on professional grade vinyl material, it's very easy to profit from. Okay? The only thing you really got to master is the lamination. Anything that takes manual effort on your part, and of course the graphic side, but the graphic side can be subcontracted out. I have many clients do that. Some work I will subcontract out. Most of my work is all done by me, because again, even subcontracting the work, you're always worried about how is it going to turn out. And that's something to think about, especially when you're on a timeline. Your contractor misses the date, you don't go back to your client and say, hey, they missed the date, it's going to take longer. You won't have much business. So again, you have to weigh all your details. You have to weigh your shipping methods, something never discussed. Your carriers. USPS personally sucks when it comes to reliability. They're relatively cheap to do the actual shipping, but when it comes to reliability, unless the order is really cheap, we don't use them much, because USPS has got a notorious ability to lose packages or misplace them or delay your package, and it reflects badly upon you. And your client doesn't want to hear it's not your fault. Your client doesn't want to hear, hey, they're running behind. Your client wants to hear, I paid you, where's my order? And for some reason, a lot of businesses feel that their responsibility ends when the order is shipped. How many times have you spoken to someone at a large company and they say to you, well, it's on its way. We see the tracking. It's on its way. You'll just have to wait. We don't do that. I don't do things like that. I don't try to dodge bullets. I'm fully accountable for my decisions in my business, and I suggest you be the same. And that means that you accept the fact that if you choose a carrier that has issues with potentially losing packages, misplacing package, delaying your orders, whatever it may be, you are going to have to substantiate that to your clients as soon as they ask questions. And don't try to play dodgeball. Actually, the guys out there that we compete with that do that, that's how we get most of our clients. Because they realize, hey, you know what? Reliability is everything. Quality is everything. You know, switching over to UPS, UPS is brutal on the way they handle packages. And I can speak from firsthand experience. I was a supervisor for UPS when I was going to school, and I can tell you that they are amazing company with benefits if you're willing to stay there. It's a grueling company when it comes to package handling. Your packages will get there, whether they'll be in one piece depends upon how well you're able to package. So you have to weigh all these factors. You have to be a smart business person or team to evaluate where you're going. But when you look at stuff like this, and you look at, excuse me, general manufacturing practices at this level with equipment like this that's readily available, all you have to do, excuse me, is combine this with a marketing strategy. And online right now, it's very easy to do. You could start a YouTube channel. You could easily go on Etsy, eBay, Craigslist, do some local sales, Facebook ads. It's endless. And if you don't understand that, and you're probably not going to understand certain parts of the business, you simply look at outsourcing what you don't understand. You can pay a consultant to teach you, okay? It's still going to be a hell of a lot less than you going to college, and there's no guarantee with college you're going to make money. If you can hit the print button with a certain pattern, hell, we have clients buy files and just hit the print button. Then the only thing they have to do is master the whole lamination process, and you're ready to make money. So keep this in mind. I want to really show you, and I can't emphasize that enough, all of these videos are to show you just how easy it is with modern day production equipment. Again, this is just a robot. That's all it is. And once you master the sequence of workflow, the money is there. And you're never ever going to touch how much money these machines can make for you personally. And you don't have to believe me on that. I'm not selling you a drop shipping program. I'm not selling you a pay-per-click program. I'm not telling you this is a new method. I'm telling you this is the oldest method of being profitable in the United States. You don't believe me? Look at production companies. Look at Ford. Look at every type of production company out there. GM, Ford, those are just vehicles. Aviation, Boeing, Cessna. Do you think that they're doing stuff all by hand? No, they're using robots. And how do I know that? Because a lot of them are my clients. That's how I know it. My other business, I actually build CNC automation controllers. And again, this is stuff you need to understand. These companies grow because they know how to leverage these robots. You guys have the availability to do that yourself. Be smart with your money and look at investing where the other guy doesn't. Many of you are invested in 401ks, all these other programs, IRAs, and the issue with that is if you're doing what everyone else does, why would you get a different result? Why would you get a different return than everybody else? It might happen occasionally, but if you really want to diversify, do something no one does. Try something no one does. That's what makes it different. You think Elon Musk does what everybody else does? No, he doesn't. That's what makes him successful, I feel, much more than the other guys, that he takes the risk. And he'll say, hey, you know, I'll try that and see what happens, invest in myself. If it doesn't work, at least now I just learned what doesn't work. Most people don't do that. They piss away money on their Starbucks and all the stuff that doesn't matter, and the stuff that they talk about and they hate their day job, they don't take a chance on. So think about what I'm telling you, because this is probably one of the most powerful videos if you really, really think about it, and think about what I'm telling you, and think about how many of you have access to a printer, maybe not this big, but a similar type printer, like I said, $300 to $500 range, what you were able to do with it. Again, you can see how these are coming out. They look pristine. And she's finishing up right now. So guys, I hope I gave you some food for thought. That's really what I hope to do. And like I said, the beauty of these type of business models, and there's a couple out there like this, the thing about graphics that I personally love the most, that I think it supersedes everything else, is how clean it is. It's a very, very clean job in the sense that you can have a piece of equipment like this in your house. It doesn't look out of place. It actually looks like a piece of furniture, and most people, when they see it, they get excited. If you ever have people come in your home or come in your business and see something like this, it's impressive to see because most people don't have this. So think about that. Think about the overall investment and think about at least what I said. This video is now at 15 minutes. I know many of you are probably stopping watching this after 30 seconds, and I'm totally fine with that. For the few that watch to the end, I once again thank you for your support. You will see contact information in the video below. So please, if you want to reach out, if you need custom actual substrates as far as cutting, or you have any questions, or even if you need a consultation, message us direct, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Take care.